And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Rosten's Reviews. My name is Mr. Rosten, and I am the Cluster 6-1 Social Studies teacher here at BMS, and I am super excited to review with you for the fourth episode of Rosten's Reviews. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember last time, we had started Otzi the Iceman, and this week we continued our journey with Otzi. So let's hop right into it, take a look, and see how and what we learned this week in social studies. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we started off with our Otzi death theories, okay? There are 5 theories as to how Otzi the Iceman died, okay? First, there is he died in a battle. Second is assassination. Third is robbery. Fourth is he died of a ritual sacrifice. And 5, and my personal favorite, is hypothermia. So, you were given a bunch of different theories, okay? See? Died in battle, robbery, assassination, and all that good stuff, okay? And what we did was we annotated. Now, we introduced you to the 6 points of annotation about 2 weeks ago, okay? And we're building our way up into using it, all right? But this week, we focused on 2 things. We focused on highlighting topic sentences in the color blue and highlighting important information in the color orange, all right? And so the first thing we do when we get a source in front of us, a written source in front of us, is we preview it, okay? And what that means is when we preview something, we take a look for the title, we look for the author, when it was published, and we look for any pictures, if there's any pictures on there. And then, number 5 is we try to figure out whether it's a primary or secondary source. And how do we do that? Well, if we know who wrote it, the author, and we look at when it was published, that will basically give us a good idea whether it's a primary or secondary source. All right, so once we've done all that, we get to the actual source material, and we move on. Wait, I'm going this way. There we go. All right, so the way we break down our sources is we do it by paragraph, right? And once we read through the paragraph first, we try to get an idea of what we're doing, and then we go back and we annotate. So this week, we focused on 2 things, topic sentences and important information. So that's what we did. So we looked at death theory number 1, died in a battle, and we did this one together as a class. And this is what we came up with, okay? This is an example of our annotation. So you'll notice here on the top, died in battle is highlighted in blue. We know that that's our topic. And then all the important info is here. Whoops. Fix that. Change that to black. All the important info is in orange, okay? So we did that. Then, based on the information that we highlighted, we answered the 2 questions on the bottom. So the first thing you had to do was choose your strongest piece of evidence that proved Otzi died from the theory. And then the second thing you had to do was you had to rank it and justify. So we ranked it 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. And then we gave a reason why. So you notice for this one, we said, we ranked it 5, and we said there was a lot of evidence to prove that Otzi died in battle. All right, so you guys worked on this in your research groups. You did this over a 2-day period, red, orange, and yellow. Green and blue, you did it by yourselves, unfortunately, because we didn't have school on Tuesday because of the election. And then on Wednesday, we focused on, anybody remember? Growth mindset. That's right. We did a little SEL lesson on growth mindset because remember, last week we created SMART goals. And then this week I gave you a tool to help you accomplish those SMART goals and did a growth mindset. So just a reminder, the growth mindset is having a positive attitude and turning negatives into positives, right? It's taking I'm a failure and saying things like I can't do this and turning them into I can't do this yet. I may not be good at this now, but I'm going to practice and work hard at it later, okay, and get it done. So we did growth mindset on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday, we worked on our final Otzi assignment, and that was the Death Theories notebook. All right, and so what we did in this class was you had to make a choice. You had to decide, how did Otzi the Iceman die? Did he die from a battle? Did he die from hypothermia? Maybe it was assassination. Maybe it was a robbery. Maybe it was a ritual sacrifice. The choice was yours, and you had to make it. Okay? So this is a 2-day lesson, so we're going to finish this up next week. Okay? But what you did for day 1 was you chose which theory you believe to be correct. Then you found an article based on that theory. So you notice we have died in battle, we have one for all 5, okay? Robbery, assassination, hypothermia, and ritual sacrifice, okay? And we went over how to analyze this, right? So this first slide for died in battle, we talked about how this is our preview slide, right? So we know that the topic is right here. We had a little bit of definition for you and a picture, okay? All right, so you went through and then you annotated, and you did this, worked on the same annotation skills that we've been working on with the death theories. You previewed your source, you highlighted topic sentences in blue, and then you highlighted the important information in orange, and you are working towards getting enough information for you to write a peel paragraph next week, which will be a test grade. Okay? So, that was a lot. So let's just quickly review and write down what we did in social studies this week, shall we? All right. So, first thing we did. Let's see if we can get this nice and big for you. All right. First thing we did this week was Otzi's death theories. Okay? We learned that there are 5 of them, right? We have robbery, assassination, battle, hypothermia, and ritual sacrifice. Okay? Then we read an article and we annotated. 2 times this week, we found topic sentences and important info. Right? Topic sentences were highlighted in blue. Important info was orange. Okay? And then 3, non-social studies related, SEL related, we worked on growth mindset. We learned what it was and how it can help us accomplish our goals. So you'll notice in week 9 was quite the week in social studies. All right, we learned about Otzi the Iceman. We tried to figure out what theory proves that how he died, and we did a little bit of SEL and self-improvement, and we learned about the growth mindset. So that's what we did in social studies this week, ladies and gentlemen. It, as always, has been a pleasure working with you this week. I am looking forward to finishing up Otzi and starting Mesopotamia very, very soon. We got a big surprise for you next week in terms of Otzi and as in our final project. And just a few reminders for you out there. So our social studies test will be on Monday and Tuesday. So that's red, orange, yellow on Monday, green and blue on Tuesday. Okay? Then on Wednesday, we're going to introduce to you the big surprise. Yes! Big surprises. I love surprises. And then the week after, is parent-teacher conferences. So make sure you tell your parents that if they want to have a nice little meeting with me, Mr. Rosten, to sign up for the conferences, okay? It's going to be virtual, so I will be emailing out and messaging out a link to the meet, so that way you can come talk to me, figure things out, see how it goes. And parents, if you are watching this, I encourage you to bring your child with you to the conference. That way we can have an honest conversation about what's going on and, be real, because that's what it's all about, being real, right? Go home, recharge the batteries, come back on Monday, ready to give 110%, because Rosten is bringing it on Monday in social studies. Peace out, everybody. I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope you had a great week in social studies. Peace be with you and with you. Rosten out.